All right, greetings, gang. I hope you guys. Wait, what's today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've been taking good care of yourselves. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my moderators, my members. Hey, Minister Squirrel. Hey, Tanaya. All right, gang. So we're gonna do a quick energy check in. See what's going on in the energy. All right. Wait, what happened? Back in the East Coast and got to be up all night. Hey, Ori, I'm moving to my new home, everyone. Hey, congratulations, Minister Squirrel! Yay! I'm so happy for you. That is such a blessing. I know you feel so relieved. Oh, yes. Turn up for you, Minister Squirrel. That's good, sis. That's good. Enjoy your new home. Enjoy. Hey, Glitchy your Matrix. You welcome. Yes, new beginnings. And you know the past few readings for the collective, Spirit has been saying somebody was getting a new home. So congratulations, man. That is so good. It's nothing like a new place, a space to call your own, you know? All right, let's see here, gang. Hey, Jamila, where you been? You hanging on by the last bit of your lace front. We miss you too. Well, if you got a knockout, you can just catch the replay. Yay! Good, Minister Squirrel. Ashe. Much abundance and protection for your new space. Okay. Overall energy is the King of Pentacles. So this could be an unexpected cash gain. You know, this is some unexpected abundance coming in. Somebody's going to be put in this space to where they feel really grounded and just kind of, you know, not having to really worry about finances for a while. Okay. Yeah, bottom of the deck here, Six of Pentacles in the upright. So someone may be about to get some type of assistance here. Somebody could be getting more hours at work too, or get like a promotion or a raise. But there's some type of money, like some exchange of money that sees you being in a better position than you have been. Or if you've been in a good position, this is just more to add to it, you know? It can't hurt. But this is good, positive energy you're starting off with, collective. Let's see. I clarify this energy, I get the Three of Swords in reverse. Somebody is gonna recoup some losses. If you've been having any financial losses and struggles, I feel like it's on its way back in. Now, for those of you who own your own business or side hustle, you might see an influx of clients. You might find a better vendor here with the Three of Swords in reverse. Find a way to save money or something like that. But in terms of finances, this is looking good. Like whatever you lost, you about to get it back. And this is money, okay? Let's see here. Now that's good news. Here's the bad news. Hey, HP3. Love, not so much. Now, the money is looking good for y'all, okay? But the love is where it's not looking so good. I know somebody get tired of hearing that. Somebody probably be like, I'm tired of hearing that my money is going to be good. When am I going to get love? Look, I can't make love happen for you. I mean, I could, but I won't. Hey, Ben. So, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. You know, if your money about to be good, but you just not gonna have that one romantic partner right away, right now, it's still okay. All hope isn't lost, gang. Let's clarify this, because you started off good. So don't let this be the thing that, you know, deters you from keeping it pushing. I know that's right, Ben. I know you will. Shit. Hey, Lulu. All right. Yeah, see? Page of Pentacles in the upright. So it's like money is going to be there, but the love department is not looking too good, gang. Or somebody could be choosing money over love too. Somebody could literally be like, look, I got bills to pay. Love don't pay the bills. Somebody could be feeling like that. Somebody also could feel like they would rather focus on their money right now because somebody doesn't like heartbreak. And I get it. Like with the Three of Swords in reverse, somebody probably feels like, man, every time I try to have love and money, the money start lacking and the love be toxic. So somebody is like, for the time being, I'm just gonna focus on getting my money together, and I'm gonna let love happen naturally. It's gonna occur when it's supposed to. But I feel like somebody is more invested in the material aspects of their life right now because it's important. You know, what is this Ace of Cups, please? Yeah, Seven of Wands in reverse. Somebody just doesn't want to be in that position. Somebody doesn't want to be emotionally vulnerable right now. Somebody just doesn't want to, like, you know, with the Ace of Cups in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse, somebody doesn't want to let their guard down. But I feel like it's not because they don't like love. It's just because it's just not panning out that way for them right now. Because you start off as the King of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. It's like the money is coming in quicker than the love is. So that's naturally what's going to be the focus if that's what's going on for you. So it's not that somebody doesn't want love. It's just that it's not showing up the way that the tangible things in their life are. I mean, I can respect that, you know. Okay, let's see, gang. If you want to go live, go on your channel and go live. What you telling us for? What we gonna do? Shit. Okay, you have the Knight of Wands in the upright position. So yeah, I feel like some of you guys could be feeling very ambitious right now. Like you could just be feeling like you got shit to do. Like, you know, you could just be feeling like that. You don't got 50 subs? Well, you're going to have to promote your channel. You're going to have to get out. You got to be this Knight of Wands now. Look, this ain't no damn personal reading. You're going to have to be the Knight of Wands. All right, somebody here is in this position with the Knight of Wands where they have a lot of energy and they could possibly be, you know, just moving very fast, okay? Bottom of the deck here is the Six of Wands in the upright position. So I feel like somebody is very close to achieving their goals, like extremely close. Keep this drive about you. You're going to see yourself in the position where you want to be. Yeah. Whatever somebody is doing, they're going to be at the top of their game. They're going to be very successful. Okay. You might just be extremely busy though with the with the 6 of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I just heard somebody needs to renew their car insurance or something like that. What is this, please, Spirit? Or somebody needs to get liability insurance. What is this? Page of Wands. Dang, collective. Y'all got a lot of positive energy tonight. HP3, you riding dirty. You riding dirty. We cover HP3 car. You do tomorrow? Okay. Yeah, well, Spirit's picking up on it. You all good, HP3. Don't worry about it. Let's hit the back streets. You know how we do. Page of Wands, though. Like, somebody is about to get some really good news. The Page of Wands in the upright can represent good news. So, I don't know. Somebody's going to get some good news. This is going to be like the push that they need, okay? This is going to make somebody jump in a car and go, like, take care of everything. Like, I'm telling you, it could have something to do with this money. The King of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. And you know what? The Page of Pentacles also represents good news about money. So you might get some really good feedback about something. And it puts a positive fire up under you with all these wands. 6 of Wands too. Some of you guys might even go viral some way on social media with the 6 of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. Put your projects out there, gang. Yeah, but you know, there's something. It correlates to some type of bag attached to this. Okay, we likey. Bottom of the deck here is the 8 of Wands in the upright. I'm telling you, this is going to put somebody in a good position, be able to move around. This is opportunities, too, with the 8 of Wands. I don't know why I just heard that song. It says, send for me. I'm just a telephone call away. Something like that. It's an old song. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I know being in HP3 know what I'm talking about. It's an old song. They be saying, crooning in the background, saying, send for me. With the 8 of Wands and the Page of Wands, somebody might fly you out, send for you. This could be like an all expenses paid trip for somebody. Like, just get to the airport. Or just get here. Atlantic Star. Okay, thank you, Jamila. I gotta look that song up then. Okay, thank you, sis. Thank you, man. Okay. So with the Knight of Wands, this may be some type of message that comes in that sees you just having to get into action. But it's about money. It's money attached to this opportunity. Okay? That's good. All right, let's see, gang. Somebody got an old school ancestor present. All right, let's see. Death card, major arcana, upright position. So whatever this next move is that you're about to make, gang, It's gonna bring a huge transformation in your life. This is like a big life changing moment, life changing event. Something is gonna change your life forever. But with all this positive energy out here, I feel like it's something great. You got the Six of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. Like, this is pushing you where you need to be. Like, this is positive. This is good. Whatever this change is, this is a positive change. Don't be afraid of change. Not all change is bad. The Death card ain't always bad. Especially with all this positive surrounding energy with it. Let's see here. Knight of Pentacles. I'm telling you, whatever this change is. Hey, AV. This change, gang. Some of you guys might even change tax brackets or something. Because you know the Death card represents Scorpio. Scorpio rules the 8th house, which is death, taxes, other people's money. Some of you guys may be an earth sign with Scorpio highly aspected in your chart as well, or somewhere in there. But aside from the zodiac signs, like, you might go up in the tax bracket with the Knight of Pentacles. There's some type of successful completion here. Because you know the Knight always gets the job done. And with the Death card with it, this is a positive transformation in your life. A lot of Pentacles, a lot of Wands tonight. So this is about business, money, taking action, you know, stuff like that. So there's something good going on in that arena for you guys. Now with the Six of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, you're going to have to be very resourceful. So you're going to have to go digging for leads and resources and stuff like that. Or Spirit is saying this is the aftermath of you having done that. Now you're going to see yourself in this position. Money is going to change, but it's a positive change in your finances. You're really led off with your financial sector. Okay. What is this, please, Spirit? Bottom of the deck here is the Two of Cups. So you might have some type of meeting of the minds where you accept something, somebody else accepts something, and this is like a successful arrangement, a successful agreement or something like that here. You might even have the opportunity to, like, work closely with people that you care about with the Two of Cups. Like, there may be an aspect of, like, yes, this is business, but there's also, like, genuine care or love on both sides. Like, two people are like agreeing, but like both of these people care, like, where whatever this is ends up at. So this is like a very good arrangement with the Two of Cups in the upright position here. Okay. Let's see. This could come in after a time, Chariot in reverse, where there was no movement. Things could have been at a standstill for a while. Let's see here, Spirit. What is this Chariot in reverse? This could come after a time of you felt like life was holding you back, or there was just major roadblocks. Queen of Swords in reverse. So this could be somebody, court card energy here, that was trying to hold someone back, but you're still being propelled forward. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups in the upright position. Like, and you know, the Ten of Cups can even talk about that, like, happiness after a time of, like, hardship, you know, because the rainbow coming out after the rain, this, you know, the sun comes out, the rainbow, like, so you could have had somebody in your life who was very negative. They could have been very negative, could have a very negative mindset. This is not someone who could have been, like, speaking life into you and your projects, or just what you was trying to do in life in general. Like this, you could have been around a very negative person, because all the other cards that came out for you were in the upright. And when we get to this roadblock here with the Chariot in reverse, we see a person come into play. This is this Queen of Swords in reverse. So this person, thank you, Spirit, this person feels like they missed out on a lot in life. They feel like they didn't get to see their best days or their best years. And if you were this Page of Wands, this Knight of Wands, this Knight of Pentacles, just moving forward, and this Queen of Swords in reverse feels like things come too easy for you. This is what I'm hearing. It feels like things come too easy for you. With the Six of Wands, they feel like you get all the attention. I just heard Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. So it's one of those kind of things. Can you show me this, please, Spirit? What is this Queen of Swords in reverse up to? This Queen of Swords in reverse is focused on this Empress here. Focus on this Empress and their fortune. Yeah, so somebody feels like you are privileged. Somebody feels like everything comes to you. Everything you touch turns to gold. It really makes them upset. But honestly, I really don't care. I feel like this is a them problem. I feel like they shouldn't be focusing so much on like what you have that they don't. Whoever this is, they're in a constant state of like comparison with you or with someone. Like they look at what other people have, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, they compare that to where they are in life. And instead of like maybe taking notes or taking inspiration, they take anger, they take grudge, they get bitter. Period. Period, being. What is this Queen of Swords in reverse? Yeah, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. They're wasting time. They're wasting energy. This is somebody that just sits and watches the progress of others all day. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles in reverse. They're watching the progress of others while their projects go unnurtured, untended to. Things in their life they're not fixing. They're not working on them. They're not cultivating positive relationships. With the Three of Pentacles in reverse, they don't work well with others because, you know, the Queen of Swords in reverse has a bad attitude all the time. You know, it's okay to be sassy, but the Queen of Swords in reverse is like unnecessarily sassy. Like with the Three of Pentacles energy, even in places where it's not needed. So it's easy for someone like this to turn bitter. And for some reason, this could be somebody with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, somebody that's in your same environment or tries to be in the same social circles as you or something like that. And it's just not panning out for them the way it's panning out for you. So there's a lot of jealousy and envy here. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse, even some coveting going on. Okay, but you're the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. So, like, the way you're going to keep your good luck is to stay away from whoever this is. Don't tell them anything that you're working on. Don't show them anything that you're working on until it's done. You don't need to show them or tell them anything. Because they're not going to speak life into it. All right, let's move forward. So somebody spends more time being like angry and bitter than they do building something or nourishing things that they've already built. What do we have for the collective, please, Spirit? Five of Cups in reverse, your energy. I feel like a lot of you guys don't have any regrets. Like, I just feel like you have moved on to a very happy space. The Ten of Cups comes out in the upright position again. I feel like you've had some sorrows, but I feel like you've been gradually getting through it with the Ten of Cups. I feel like a lot of you guys are learning how to focus more on the positives in your life than the negatives. If something has fallen apart or someone has removed themselves from your life, or you feel like there was something that you perceived as a loss in the past, I don't feel like you see it as a loss anymore. Because, the Five of Cups in reverse is being replaced by the Ten of Cups in the upright. So there's something way better that's coming in your life. So all the things that you felt like you missed out on, it's all gonna everything's about to start adding up again. With the Three of Swords in reverse too, like your losing streak is over. Somebody could have had tough time after tough time. It was just like, if it ain't one thing, it's another, like the elders used to say. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Some of you guys could have felt like that for a while with this Five of Cups energy. Can you show me this, please? Yeah, the Hangman. After tarot. Finally, some type of relief. I really feel like some of you guys are going to be receiving some type of spiritual clarity, some spiritual knowledge, even some downloads even. It's important for you guys to rest at this time with the Hangman. That may be how someone gets like visions, downloads, is if they rest well. You might also too have like some spirit guides or some ancestors trying to tell you something when you're resting. Something that'll help you. If you notice on this card, the Hangman is there and someone's giving them water. It's like some of you guys too may need to sleep with a clear glass of water under your bed, but there's some knowledge or information that's going to be given to you in the dream space. Be mindful of who you're receiving things from in your dream space as well. Don't eat nothing or drink nothing in your dreams. All right? What is this, please, Spirit? See? Because something good is coming. Not 10, 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, cat. 9 of Cups in the upright position here to clarify the 10 of Cups and the Hangman. I just heard like a spirit, a good spirit say, finally you listening, with the Hangman and the 9 of Cups. If you notice this, on the 9 of Cups, someone is serving this person food. And on the Hangman, somebody is serving this person water. Now, I'm seeing two things here. I'm seeing spirit guides or benevolent ancestors coming to someone in the dream space to feed them information, to give them knowledge, like do this, to tell them things to do. That's going to get them to this 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups. And I also see an energy of someone trying to come into your dream space so that they can attach themselves to you to receive whatever good you're about to receive. So don't eat anything or don't have any intimacy with anyone in your dreams at this time. Or anytime. Shit. Bottom of the deck here is the 6 of Wands in the upright position. Okay, so this is the second time you had the 6 of Wands out tonight. Definitely some type of victory you're going to be experiencing. The movie Alice in Wonderland could be very significant for somebody. But the old one. Oh, gang, I want to ask y'all a question. Does does Disney still do that thing where they open up their vault certain times of the year and release like all the old movies like Pinocchio, um, Jungle Book, Lion King, all the do they still do that? Or is that like outdated and I'm all lagging? Yeah, I thought they hadn't tonight because I used to, whenever they would open up their vault, I would go and get like all my favorite um childhood movies and stuff. But it was like only I think it used to be like only around Christmas time or something like that. They used to open up the vault and you could get like the DVD and all that stuff. Do people even still get DVDs? But anyway, there's some type of success, a victory coming in. I see a lot of you guys. Oh, Disney Plus sabotaged us. Definitely some type of victory and success you guys will be experiencing. I see a lot of you guys having a lot of emotional fulfillment, like, and congratulations, because you got the Six of Wands twice. Some of you guys are going to be getting the things that you want, the things that you deserve. Yeah, I used to have all the throwbacks. I used to have them, Tanaya. Yo, I was obsessed with Allison. Hey, yo, that's a good movie. It's a lot of jewels in that movie. Okay. So congratulations. A lot of you guys are going to be seeing yourself feeling very good, fulfilled. You're going to be getting the things you want. All right, let's see. Okay. I want that movie A Bug's Life. That's a good movie. All right, Spirit, what do we have for the collective, please? Yeah, it is, Jamila. It is. Okay. Okay. Page of Swords in reverse. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. With the Chariot in reverse. Bruh. Somebody is realizing like all the time they spend like stalking and lurking, they're not learning anything. Like somebody feels like the more they watch other people, the farther ahead they're going to be in life. But with the Chariot in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, somebody is realizing like, damn, I'm just watching everybody else, probably gossiping, judging, sucking my teeth at everybody else, and I'm not going anywhere. Somebody is realizing like they're still in the same spot they've always been in. Just watching other people's life go. Two court card energies, three in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse, set it off. Then the Page of Swords in reverse. I feel like somebody doesn't have any identity, self-identity, so they watch others to try to like put pieces together of who they should be. And they still not happy. And they still not moving forward. What is this, please? Yeah, bottom of the deck here. Empress in the upright. So it's like this is the second time the Empress came out for you. It's like they're watching a very fruitful person, or a very nurturing, a very loving, a very giving person. They're watching this person trying to, like, in some kind of way, pull from this person's energy to make them who they are. And it's just not panning out for them with the Chariot in reverse. You can't get anywhere trying to be like someone else. It's only so far you can go copying someone else's energy signature, their aesthetic, because the Empress has a very beautiful aesthetic. Everything about this person is kind of like, you know. And then when you're just mimicking other people's energy signature, you can't go anywhere until they go somewhere first. That's why the Knight of Pentacles is in the upright for your energy. So somebody's just trying to, like, mimic the things that they see that is working for you. And this is part of the reason the Queen of Swords in reverse is upset, is because whatever they thought they were mimicking or coveting, it's not working out the same way for them. So they're angry at you because you're the Empress. And like I said, they want to know, like, why everything works out for you. Okay? But that's none of their business. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. To clarify this Empress, somebody feels like everything works out for the Empress. Let's see. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. So whoever this person is like, they feel like the only way they can get ahead is like by betraying somebody else or being an open enemy to somebody. Or they feel like the only way they can get ahead is if they stop somebody with the Chariot in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Like if they go with the Seven of Swords, they feel like the only way I can stop Collective is if I go and take whatever tools it is. You see how he carrying these swords away, but he about to walk into a trap? Somebody feels like the only way I can be better than Collective or on the same level as Collective is if I stop them in some kind of way. If I take from them whatever tools that it is that they need to succeed. Can you show me this, please, Spirit? This person is delusional. Seven of Cups. And you see on this Seven of Cups, his eyes is whited out. And he greedy. He holding on to them jewels. You know, like this person is greedy. So this person could even already have something. They just don't appreciate their value. They just don't appreciate what Spirit has given them. They just don't appreciate where they are in life. Because if you getting it and you out here and you living your life and you good and you got all the things you want, you don't have time to try to like block someone else, stop someone else. But there are people who have all of those things, but they don't have inner peace. So those are the only ones who are moving like that. This person under some type of spell. The spell of greed. This is somebody who feels like it's just never enough. And if they see anybody that they feel like is on a come up, even if this person ain't in their lane. You don't even have to be in this person's lane, because you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands in the upright. They have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Y'all not even in the same lane. So this is someone who will let greed and delusions try to make them put roadblocks in front of somebody that's not even on the same path as them. It's like a soccer player trying to block a basketball player. They're not even in the same league. Probably not even the same height. All right, let's see here. Two of Swords in reverse with the Five of Cups in reverse again. I feel like you don't even see this person. I feel like you don't even see them. Like whatever illusion they're trying to paint or give you, or whatever sadness they're trying to keep you in, I feel like you don't even see it or them. Like you might see it, Two of Swords in reverse, you might see it in your mind's eye, but it's like you don't see them physically. Because with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, they're like really far behind you. Staring at the World Through My Rear View by Tupac just played in my mind. So this is somebody that's way far behind you. I clarify this energy. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. This is someone who could have wanted to keep you in a state of lack with them. You see through that. You see through misery loves company, and you just refuse to participate in it. You probably don't even like want to have conversations with people who are always in a lack mindset, or who are always sad or mad about something. With the Two of Swords in reverse, this is making a conscious decision to guard your ear gates, your eye gates, not even entertain that kind of stuff. Because if you just having like a good day, you're just trying to keep it together, you don't really want to hear nothing negative or, you know, sad or low vibrational that anyone has to say, because you're just trying to stay true to your own vibe, your own thoughts, clear your own, keep your own head clear with the Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, Four of Pentacles in reverse. You let a lot go. Somebody has really let go of like any victim mindset that they've had. Somebody has let go of all the, oh, if only I would have, or they should have, or I could have had, or we could have had. Like somebody is over, like has really let go of that. Somebody is not in that space emotionally with the Five of Cups in reverse, mentally with the Two of Swords in reverse, or physically with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody has really pulled themselves out of it could even been a environment, you know, that was full of lack and depression. Somebody has really removed their energy and their mindset from that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is in this space in their life where they're just releasing all the feelings and thoughts and shit that don't add up anymore. Mm-hmm. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands and the upright. So this is putting somebody on a new chapter in their life. This is a beautiful new chapter in your life. I feel like too, a lot of you guys have forgiven yourself from decisions you made in the past. You know how spirit will work you too? Sometimes like you'll go through shit in the past and then like maybe you don't make the best decisions from it. Right? Or even if you do, right? You'll move to a new chapter in your life and then that same situation will be presented to you in a different package, but with the same kind of low-key lesson attached to it. I feel like a lot of you guys have learned a lot of lessons. But it's been a lot of lessons. And you know what? While for the 20 years that Pluto was in the karmic sign of Capricorn, it was a lot of lessons and tests that you were being put through. And I feel like now you're seeing the end results of that. Yeah, real shit, HP3. Um, and like now you're just kind of like, okay, I ain't doing that shit again. And then you might get presented with that same test, and then the spirit gonna be like, remember you said you wasn't gonna do that shit again? Like, and so you kind of like finagle your way out of something that could have been very compromising, but it's not. If this has something to do with love too, with that five of cups in reverse, ace of cups in reverse, you could have used to have a certain type that was like maybe your weakness or just a certain type. And that's not your type no more. Or like you can see through your type. Like, you know, like it's something going on there. That's why love ain't really on the table like that. That's why you're going to be having more success in your material world, your financial sector than you will do in love, because there's still some healing that needs to take place in the love area of your life. Because it's kind of like murky waters. Okay. Some of you guys gonna be tested. You're gonna be tested with like lust, your desires. You're gonna be tested with like how you choose to use your power. That's gonna be somebody's test. If somebody is tested with lust or like carnal desires, 8 of cups in the upright position, I feel like they're gonna walk away from it. Keep your Gucci coins, period. Keep them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if somebody make you feel a way that you felt about a situation that you know could have possibly ruined your life, I feel like you like, oh, nope, let me get up out of here. Like somebody knows now what their temptations are because they've been faced with them. But with the 8 of cups and the 2 of swords in reverse, it's like you've been given time to sort it out. Like you're gonna know what true love feels like as opposed to like somebody just lusting after you. Like you know that feeling like when you first meet somebody, like if they only calling you sexy with the devil card, like, oh, you sexy. Everything is sexy. Everything is about your body or your sensuality, like something like that. That's like a red flag for somebody. That's like, yeah, you two on the sex talk. Like, and I know this gonna sound weird because some people might be like, oh, I like when somebody always, calling me sexy, commenting on my body. But I feel like it's different for somebody else with the Ace of Cups in reverse because that shows a lack of like emotional depth for someone. Like, it's okay to find somebody sexually attractive. I mean, like that's how we, when we meet, we look at each other for those attributes. But it's something different with the devil and the Eight of Cups. It's like that's the main focus of someone. I feel like somebody doesn't like that. They're just kind of like, no, it's deeper than that with the Eight of Cups. Because if you notice on the Eight of Cups, it's a full moon and a crescent moon wrapped around it. So it's like somebody is like, yeah, there's more layers to me. It's something deeper to me than just like the physical and how you can make somebody feel physically. So I feel like feels like that is kind of like played out. I feel like with the Eight of Cups, somebody feels like that comes after somebody knows the depths of them. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Can you show me this, please, Spirit? Okay, HP3. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, somebody's like, yeah, as soon as someone comes off like that, they're not even sticking around to figure it out. Three of Wands in reverse, Eight of Cups. Somebody's not even sticking around to like see what that's about, see what that temptation is. Like, yeah. I feel like somebody is very good at like seeing red flags, and that's possibly why you're not seeing a lot of options in love, because like when your standards for yourself are raised and you go into this increasing of self-love, it kind of sometimes lowers your options. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of takes a few offers off the table because you're not willing to settle or put up with things that you would have put up with in the past. With the Eight of Cups here, you're not willing to just kind of like only hook up, like, with the devil. You're not for that. Because on the devil card, they hooking up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of emotionally transcended that space. Some of you guys may be a demisexual, and that's where you can only really feel that physical attraction for someone if there's like an emotional closeness there, an emotional trust there, appreciation there. You might feel like that sometimes. Can you show me this, please? Yeah, yeah, period. You have the Lovers coming out in the upright position with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright position. So yeah, that's what it is. Your standards have raised with the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. You don't want to like sleep with anybody who's like down bad in their life, because you have a deeper, with the Justice card, you have like a deeper understanding of like karmic relationships and surface level things that are imbalanced. Like, you don't want that type of negative transference of energy. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Emperor. This is what you holding out for. Somebody who is like in control, in charge of them, in control of themselves, in charge of their own life. Somebody who, is experienced but solid, you know. So the Lover's card and the Devil card are kind of like synonymous to each other, as far as like the two people on the card and the angel above them. So it's like you're like, okay, if I have to hold off until I find someone who matches me spiritually or energetically, then that's fine. You just want to be, even if this isn't sexual for any of you, this could just be with the Lovers, contractual people that you choose to like exchange energy with in any type of way. You want these to be fortunate people. You don't want to just be around people who are in this devil energy. It's all about spite, anger, toxicity, one-upmanship, drama. You know, you want to be around people who are, instead of talking about others, they're talking about money. They're talking about ways that you can improve your life with the Justice card, Major Arcana, Wheel of Fortune. You wanna be in soul contracts, or just, contracts with people who have good karma. There's people out there that have like really good karma, and just by them being in your life or you being in their life, things be a work out good. You want to be placed around those types of people. You want to be a magnet to those types of people. A lot of the times people can shut themselves off from good connections because, if they're in this Queen of Swords in reverse energy, they'll be too busy sitting around like thinking like, who does that person think they are? That keeps a lot of people from not having allies or not having good connections, by sitting around that space like, who did this person think they are for going after their dreams, thinking big, making moves. Like, people be on the sidelines feeling like that, and that's what the evil eye is, and that's what a monitoring spirit does. They just evil eye all day. What the fuck else is a monitoring spirit gonna do? If they're not showing support, if they're not on board, and they're always in a bad vibe, what else are they gonna be giving you when they watching you and looking at you? The evil eye. It's as simple as that. Whole time you the emperor. So what? And you know what Spirit was telling me the other day? When you look at Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, all these big brands, Microsoft, iPhone, when you look at all these big brands, can you imagine if those people who made these things that we utilize, no matter how you feel about these people personally, can you imagine like if they sat around and let other people being like, who you think you are, da 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 da, impact their like thoughts on themselves and what they had to do and what they could accomplish? Like, we wouldn't even be having iMessage, iPads. We wouldn't be able to FaceTime each other, none of that. If those people sat back and let the naysayers and the negative Nancys or negative Nellies, all these people just sit around, who do they think they are, coming in with an idea that can help change communication? Like, I'm looking at it on a different level because I already know people hate certain corporations and stuff. I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at it on a broader perspective. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody. But there are also people with a purpose, and they're not tapping into it, so it aggravates them to see others tap into it. Everybody has this sheep mindset or this way of group thing where they feel like everybody got to be a subsidy of each other. No, with the emperor and the justice, two things can happen at once. So when people laugh at you from starting from the ground up and not having everything perfect and not having this and this and that, Neither did the things that we patron all the time. They started from somewhere. Look how big the farmers market is now. There's one in every state. You can get all kinds of shit. It just started from somebody being like, look, I think we should all get together and sell the shit that we grow. And now look at it. Like, you gotta look at it in a more expansive way with the Eight of Wands. And that's why they always say that when you move away from your hometown, you get bigger. Or that's why they say strangers will support you quicker than your family and your friends will. And it's the truth. And then the reason it's the truth is because strangers don't give a fuck about all that other shit. They see whatever it is you have, it fulfills a need for them. They like something about you. They want to see you win. That's why strangers support you quicker than family members and friends do, or so-called friends, or people who have attached themselves to you in some low vibration with the devil card here. That's why. And if they're emotionally invested in you, it's emotionally invested in you in the emotion of like, I want to see you win. Not the emotional investment that negative people, Queen of Swords in reverse, will make like, oh, it's not me. That's an emotion too. I don't want to see you have that because I can't have that. So with this Emperor and the Justice, you're going to have to make some really big calls on your life. You're going to have to, like, with the Emperor representing the sign of Aries, powerful, you know, that warrior energy that Aries represents, you're going to have to use that. And it's no coincidence that Aries is on the board. So, and Libra is ruled by Justice. These are two opposite signs. Justice and Libra and Aries are opposites. So there's a balance here. There's a time to be peaceful with the Justice, but then there's a time with the Emperor to where you have to speak up. You have to roar. You have to, you know, set things straight with yourself and with others. And it might have to do with relationships and your autonomy, because Aries represents the I am, right? And Libra represents relationships. So this is even you in certain relationships in your life having to be the boss of your own life. Sometimes people get into relationships, connections, and they feel like that means that they have some type of power over you. You have to still assert that dominance, but with the Justice, you still have to be fair in a way. So this is, and we are in Aries season. Happy birthday, Aries. Happy solar return, Aries. So you're gonna see that in the relationships in your life right now, especially with Venus ruling Libra, and Venus is in retrograde. All right, let's see. Okay, so we have Major Arcana, the Hierophant, coming out reverse. Another Venus energy. You don't really have to be fair to the ungodly people in your life. I'm just letting you know right now. Because with the Hierophant in reverse, somebody wants to change something. Like somebody's like, I don't like the way you doing things, even if it's always worked out for you. Justice in the upright, Emperor in the upright. I want to change this now. There's a lot of people who aren't as spiritually tapped in as they claim to be, and they want to change something about the way you have been in control of your life, in control of yourself, and the way you respond to justice or karma or something like that. Somebody wants to come in and change that. What is this? Hermit in reverse, major arcana. They're not wise. That's why. They're not wise enough to understand why things have been working out for you. Empress, Eight of Pentacles. They're not, they don't have enough experience in the same realms that you have experience in. This like me riding bikes all my life and then want to go and tell a mechanic how to do their job. And all I know how to do is fix a pop chain on my bike. It's like me going and trying to tell an ice skater how to do some shit when all I've done is rollerblade or roller skated or something. Like, somebody is not spiritually wise enough to be trying to change anything for anybody, or to try to change somebody's mind around how they, stand in their autonomy. No matter how much knowledge, wisdom, understanding I have, I can't come into your life and tell you about your experience, especially if I have never experienced that. With the Hermit and the Hierophant in reverse. Show me this, please. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Only somebody impulsive and out of control will do that. Somebody don't think before they make a move. Somebody don't think before they speak. Somebody just is like, they just want to get their point across. That's it. Fuck experience, fuck knowledge, fuck whatever anybody else is thinking or had to, do to stand firm. This person just wants to get their point across. Can you show me this, please? I clarify this energy. I get the Sun in the upright position with the King of Cups in the upright position. I feel like somebody is only going to be where compassion and lighthearted, like beautiful energy resides. Whoever this Knight of Swords is, not only do they want to like just get their point across, they want to rush somebody into some type of decision. But the King of Cups energy in the upright, you can't do that to this type of person. Like I said, this is somebody who is like looking for like emotional intelligence in people. That's when they open up. That's when they come alive. With the Sun here. I feel like somebody has been telling themselves how much they love themselves lately, or even like how proud of themselves they are. I feel like there's been a new energy that's shining on somebody and how they feel about themselves. Like somebody just like, it just dawned on somebody with the Sun and the King of Cups. Like, damn, I love me. I love who I've become. I love my life. Like somebody is like seeing something really positive within themselves. I see somebody like looking in the mirror and seeing like positive results, and it's like making their heart happy. Like somebody is really like looking at themselves in a positive light. Bottom of the deck here is the King of Wands in the upright. I just heard that song by Beyonce and Kanye West, got a big ego or something like that. But somebody just kind of like feels like really good about themselves. Whoever this person is, they've been through a lot of heavy shit. The Tower and the upright with the Devil. Somebody been through a lot of stuff that could have like broke them. It probably broke them for a minute. Somebody could have like had a lot of negative thoughts about themselves all the time, or negative self-image they felt like, or something like that. Because the Devil is represented by the sign of Capricorn, which rules the 10th house. So somebody could have had like a negative self-image or something like that. Or they could have been the scapegoat of like everybody else's bullshit with the Tower. Somebody too could have had a lot of people jump ship. But Spirit is saying like these people jump ship because they were supposed to. Page of Pentacles in the upright. They jump ship and now it's like just enough for you. These were people you weren't supposed to share something with. So they were supposed to like abandon mission. You know what I'm saying? They could have, with the Devil card in the Tower, they could have had a lot of baggage on them. Some people being in your life, period, is a Tower. I'm telling you, some people just being in your life, it's a fucking Tower. Every time you around them, every time you talk to them, it's a Tower. Confirmation. Yeah. But with the Page of Pentacles and the King of Wands, I feel like somebody is feeling better about themselves now. You know, with the Page, they probably not doing too much. But with the Sun and the King of Cups, it's more emotional than it is physical. But I feel like with the Page of Cups, the physical gonna catch up to it. With the King of Wands, it literally does start from the inside though. You know, like the better you feel about yourself, the better you look. And then the better you look, you start to feel like it keeps going back and forth. The better you feel, the better you look. The better you look, the better you feel. And then with the Sun card here, it's just like, it just keeps increasing. The self-love just keeps increasing because with the Sun, you're seeing the bloom. You're seeing the glow up. You're seeing, you know, the positive change happens. And of course, it's going to affect you emotionally with the King of Cups in the upright. And then that's when you get to the Page of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Then it starts to kind of like show up. Maybe in the little ways that you dress. The little ways you start to like change your outfit. King of Wands, that's like Leo energy for me. It could change in the way you do your hair. Maybe you dye your hair. I just heard Auburn. I just heard Auburn, or like maybe you you know, maybe you used to think with the Page of Pentacles like I can't put that on. I'm only going to the corner store. Now you're like, no, I'm gonna put that on. Like something's changing. The way somebody feels about themselves emotionally is starting to show up in the way they dress, the way they do their hair, the way they step out. Like with the King of Wands energy, maybe you don't take a lot of selfies. Maybe you are now. Maybe you putting yourself out there on the world stage in a different way, but little by little. I feel like with the King of Wands though, you're gonna get more comfortable in it. Yeah, because you go from the page to the king. You might just find yourself being more outgoing. I see somebody like walking into places as if they own the place or as if they work there or like they shift manager or some shit. Maybe even people being like inquisitive, like maybe you in the store, you don't even work there, but somebody just walk up to you and be like, hey, you know what I could find pure cane sugar on or some shit like that, and you be like, yeah, and you literally direct them in the right direction with the Page of Pentacles. Like you just kind of like maybe you just look like you know something, or you just look important with the King of Wands, because you are important. I just feel somebody kind of like wherever they go, they kind of just like exude this energy of like royalty or some shit, or like somebody is like, thank you, spirit. Somebody is like very regal, and whoever this person is, they might be young yet. With the Page of Pentacles, they might not even be old enough to be regal. You know what I'm saying? But they have like somebody has like a classic vibe. I'm seeing like Dorothy Dandridge or some shit, or like Eartha Kitt. Like somebody has this like this regal energy on them. Billy D. Williams, that kind of, that's regal. Like somebody got a cool ass vibe with the King of Wands, King of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Like this somebody that just can kind of like get along easily with anybody, but still just be who they are with the King of Wands. You might even find that like children and pets and shit even like you too. Confirmation. All right, hold on. Let me go use the bathroom. Y'all remember that episode of Martin when him and Gina had broke up, and it was the day Martin had to do an interview on his radio show for it was Billy D. Williams. And you remember how like he was talking to Billy D about how Gina broke his heart or whatever because they had a little fight or something. I just saw that little episode in my head right now. But yeah, anyway, let's see here. Clarify this energy after tarot, 9 of swords in an upright position. So, you know, don't worry about what people think about you, okay? Don't worry about how it may make other people feel anxious when you in your power, when you just kind of like commanding, not demanding. Those are two different energies. When you just command the room, when your presence alone just commands attention. Like, don't feel bad about that with the 9 of swords after tarot. This may be something somebody needs to get over. Like, somebody possibly has like a lot of things to be confident about, but maybe they don't show it because they're afraid that like people that think they know them or that think they're close to them are gonna feel offended. Like, you can't worry about that. 3 of swords in reverse. You could be worried about other people like knowing that you know something, or knowing that you are beautiful, or like no, like it's something, because the King of Wands is a very outgoing, flashy, like in your face, this is me, unapologetically energy. And you might feel some type of way about that sometimes. You need to let that go. You need to let that go. With the 9 of swords, 3 of swords in reverse, people gonna have something to say whether you shrink yourself or you allow yourself to be big. But with the Emperor coming out and the Justice coming out in the upright position, you have to allow yourself to be big. Especially with you having the 3 of swords in reverse twice. You gotta allow yourself to be big. Like, what? I'm gonna tell you, the only thing that's gonna happen here with the 3 of swords in reverse, the only thing that's gonna happen when you allow yourself to be as big as you're supposed to be, all the small-minded people who thought so small of you, the only thing that's gonna happen is those people disappearing with the 3 of swords in reverse. But that was dead weight anyway. You wanted them to fall off, and if all you have to do for them to fall off is just be in your power, be in your true form, rare form, then that's not even a price to pay. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think of it like that. You don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to show this, I don't want to show that because I'm scared that it's gonna make people uncomfortable or mad at me. If you ever have a thought about that, those are the people you shouldn't even be sharing yourself with anyway. But sometimes you have to check your own self too with the 9 of swords, 3 of swords in reverse, because you could be telling yourself that, and that ain't even how other motherfuckers really think. You could be telling yourself like, due to whatever has transpired between you and those people or whatever, you could be telling yourself like, oh, they're going to be mad at me if I show this. Like, don't even bring that into the space of whatever it is you manifesting or trying to put out there, or just being yourself, period. Your authenticity is going to get you that bag. Not you being politically correct. Not you worrying about the opinions and thoughts of others. Not you over critiquing yourself so much that you make a problem that ain't even supposed to be there. 3 of swords in reverse. All of that shit don't even matter this season and going forward into the next seasons. Hey, Lily Cat. It's time for you to put yourself out there. Show what you made of. King of Wands. So what if you lose people because you finally just showing your truth? Like I told you with the Hermit in reverse, they and the Hierophant in reverse, they haven't even experienced shit that you've experienced to bring you to this level of consciousness. That's the thing that I be thinking about. You know, a lot of the times people can be very cynical and condescending, and they downplay the experiences of other people and why it brought them to these massive changes in their life and how it's brought them to want to be a better version of themselves. A lot of the times when you're dealing with low vibing ass people who just feel like everything is some stupid shit or everything is some bullshit if it ain't about them, they'll be the main ones thinking like that. You got to still be who you're supposed to be. You know? You could have had life-altering things with the death in the tower, the devil in the tower. You could have had life-altering changes in your life, things that happened that made you have to change the trajectory of your life. And you don't owe nobody no, I'm sorry my life changed and I had to change with it type of speech. You don't owe that to nobody. With the Emperor and the King of Wands in the upright, Justice in the upright. You know what I'm saying? Because with the Justice in the upright, this is somebody, major arcana, who's trying to be fair. But I'm telling you, at some point, you're going to have to remove that fairness. You're going to have to remove it. Everything, life ain't fucking fair. Okay? And it ain't going to get fair on your dime. And on your time. And on your emotions. And on your fucking mental health. And on the path that you have been put here to be on. We all have our own path, whether we in love or connected or work with the same people. We all still have our own life's path. And it's about time you start living it unapologetically. With the Three of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords after tarot. They'll get over it, and if they don't, then they still living in the past. They still living somewhere you ain't even at no more. Like, they sending mail to a house you don't even live in anymore. And they wondering why you ain't getting the message. Alright? Let's clarify this sun a little bit. The Temperance in reverse. The sun is shining light on everything that's been spiritually imbalanced in your life. Yeah. The sun is shining light on the spaces in your life that you are not in alignment with the desires, the dreams that you have. The sun is also shining light on the Six of Cups, the past energies that kept you imbalanced too. This all has to happen. It's all part of the divine plan. What's this? Yeah. The High Priestess is shining light on your past lives as well. Maybe it's shining light on shit you've done in a past life that wasn't spiritually balanced, and you got to see that for what it is so you can correct it now. I know it's nice to hear that you've always been the High Priestess and you've always been perfect and you've never been imbalanced, and it feels good to hear that, but that's not always the case. Maybe in one of your past lives you weren't totally balanced with the Temperance in reverse. And you're in this position now, in this lifetime now, so that you can get everything back to where it's supposed to be. Sometimes shit happens that way. The high priestess is in this position right now where they're taking accountability. And it's a magical thing that happens when you take accountability. You really don't have to go through that shit like that no more. You gain wisdom. You don't really have to experience things on the same level. Or you're able, with the seeing the red flags with the sun here and this red flag literally, you're able to pinpoint the red flags in the past that you didn't pay attention to. Or that, because the high priest is in the upright, but the temperance is in reverse. So even if you are spiritually inclined and all of that, there's been times in your life where you chose to ignore the red flags and just put your intuition on the line. Like, look, I'm just going to ignore the red flags because I want this. I want to do this. And so somebody is taking accountability for that right now. Because it can't always be somebody else. All right, let's move forward. All right, let's see here. Yeah, you have the Six of Swords in the upright position with the Seven of Cups in reverse. So it's like as soon as somebody takes accountability for their own past, it's like some veil just gets lifted. And somebody can see a way out of something. Somebody can move on finally. I feel like too, that's what somebody needs to do. Like somebody needs to see an area in their life in which they caused the problem, that they were the problem. I feel like as soon as somebody sees that and takes accountability without shifting the blame, because somebody could have been like dead wrong. I feel like as soon as somebody see that and take accountability for that and just chooses to move on instead of staying stuck in some illusion or some victimhood that they have emotionally painted themselves into a corner in, like, they'll be happier. It's definitely gonna take for somebody to see through some type of illusion. Also, too, I feel like with the high priestess in the upright and the Seven of Cups in reverse, I feel like somebody has an intuitive gift to see through illusions. Now, I feel like whoever this person is, they don't say it. They don't say much. But somebody can spot a problem before it happens. Somebody is intuitively guided to Six of Swords, like stay away from people's own confusion. A lot of people have like these illusions that they live in, and they want people to come in and play parts of that illusion. The high priestess will not play part in anybody's illusion. They will not play sidekick in somebody's story. They will not play like an extra or a background dancer in somebody's band. Like the high priestess is staying away from other people's illusions. Because they know that in the past life, them playing into people's illusions somehow affected them. Can you show me this? Yeah, Three of Cups in reverse. External energy. The high priestess tends to attract a lot of unorganized people, a lot of emotionally charged people, a lot of people who are in this space of hypervigilance. A lot of people who are in this space of like, they'd rather have frenemies than nobody around them at all. Spirit says this high priest is allowing something to swallow itself. Okay. So with the high priestess standing outside of this energy, it's allowing whatever was going to sink to sink. And they're just going to move forward. See, that's the thing about intuition. It's premonitions, you know, pre-energy and motion. Like you're seeing something happen before it happens. And somebody has a stronger intuition than this Three of Cups in reverse. The high priestess knows, and this energy, somebody knows when someone is going to betray them before they do it. Even if that person doesn't know they're going to do it, they know when and why. With the Seven of Cups in reverse, it's very clear to them why someone is going to betray them. They know why. So with the Six of Swords in the upright, they tend to just keep moving. They don't stay. They're very elusive. Bottom of the deck here is the Knight of Swords in reverse. So they know who's attacking them. It's clear to them. They know when and why somebody will end up attacking them, whether it be verbally, Three of Cups in reverse, emotionally. Like they already know all of this. Now somebody is thinking, hearing me say this right now, and somebody is trying to compare their intuition and foresight against whoever they feel like this is the energy between them with. Somebody's wrong, though. With the Three of Cups in reverse, somebody's wrong, though. Somebody's more impulsive than intuitive. With the Knight of Swords in reverse. But somebody, Seven of Cups energy, mistakes their impulsiveness as intuition. So this is like, oh, I had a knee-jerk reaction to do this, say this, be this, act like this, feel this. It has to be my intuition, but it's not. With the Knight of Swords in reverse. What is this? Somebody likes to have a battle of intuition. With the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, somebody wants to be the first one to predict something or beat somebody somewhere, or somebody just, I don't know, it's very odd. With the Three of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Swords, it's like somebody being like, hey, we're all on the same team, but I'm gonna beat you even though we're on the same team. It's like a backdoor energy. Now, somebody also too needs to realize that there's no need to compare spiritual gifts. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. In life. There's never a reason you need to be sitting around comparing your spiritual gifts to somebody else. Especially with the Three of Cups in reverse, if you feel like y'all the same. Which y'all not. But there's just no reason to sit around and compare spiritual gifts. With the High Priestess, Eight of Wands, Knight of Swords in reverse. So somebody could have like a bit of spiritual envy. Somebody too wants to like challenge somebody's intuition. Could be somebody with the Three of Cups in reverse that acts very close knitted with someone, or we're all like a tribe, we're friends, we're whatever. But in all honesty, somebody just like has a lot of spiritual envy and they want to like challenge somebody's intuition. Like they want to, hey, Savine Tarot, I'm subscribed to you, girl. I am subscribed to you. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all violent. I just didn't know she was on my line. I'm subscribed to her. Anyway. So somebody that, wants to be like, yes, I was just watching you last week. You literally come up on my subscriber thing when I open YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, you like watching in the background? Look, I'm not mad, but thank you for showing love. I appreciate you. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's all love. But yeah, somebody wants to do that. And this could be somebody that, like, with the Three of Cups in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, it's somebody who indulges in this High Priestess energy. But then while they're in it, they're like waiting for a moment to doubt them, waiting for a moment to like undercut something they're saying. They're like, they're lying and waiting. You know what I'm saying? They, with the Three of Cups, they close to you too, though. With the High Priestess, this could even be somebody you've helped spiritually that just ends up like turning on you. Knight of Swords, Three of Cups, and they just turn on you. So that means they always had some type of hidden animosity with the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands in reverse. They just waiting to turn on you. Somebody waiting on you to make a mistake. Two of Wands in reverse, so that they can have like some type of horror story about you. Like, oh, collective did this to me. But you the High Priestess, you already saw it coming. And you already know I ain't religious, but even in the Bible, the allegory of Jesus already knowing that Judas was gonna betray him, he said it. He prophesied it, like, yeah, somebody in my court is gonna betray me, and it happened. And that's period. That's why the High Priestess is quiet. They tend to be alone. They tend to be very elusive. And that's why. Because I'm going to tell you something that happens. And y'all know, for all these years, I ain't never been in no click up shit on my channel. I just be riding out with spirit. But the reasons people will love you will be the exact reasons that they hate you in the end. Those will be the same things. Especially when you got like a Judas on your team, The same reasons that they celebrated you will be the same reasons Three of Cups in reverse that they try to tear you down. Fuck up your 10th house. The way you are seen. Somebody is like waiting to have some type of horror story for you. I clarify this energy. Two of Wands in reverse, I get the Tower. Yeah. But with the High Priestess, Major Arcana, you see this before it happens. That's why with the Six of Swords and the Seven of Cups, you just move on. Anything that breeds an energy of confusion, you know, Spirit is going to already tell you these things. Whether it be in a dream, because the High Priestess, as well as the Hangman, well, the High Priestess is ruled by Pisces, but it's going to tell you in a dream. Some people get a lot of spiritual downloads in their dream, and they actually becoming true. You know what I'm saying? So that's why rest is going to be very important for you where you can. If you got to steal moments away to get a nap in or something like that. Take a steam shower, whatever you got to do. And the way it's going to happen is crazy because you're going to get a vision or a dream about it. The other person, Knight of Swords in reverse, is going to have a knee-jerk reaction to something. With the Two of Wands, maybe you withdrawing your energy or passion for them or something like that. Like, that's the way it may happen. Mm-hmm. One of the things, when you are spiritually seasoned, like this High Priestess energy, you're able to tell your fears from your intuition. You're able to tell your wounds from your intuition. You're able to see ways in which you can get tricked out of your spot too. Like, it's not just tarot cards. It's not just like, it's a whole lifestyle where spirit initiates you into your true spiritual path. I'm not talking about initiation into any type of ATRs or religions or anything like that. I'm talking about when spirit pulls you to the side, like, look, it's time for you to get serious about your journey, about your life. Let me show you which way you need to go. That's what I'm talking about. Where you start to be able to calm down all the chatter and the background noise and the wicked whispers, and you're able to hear your higher self and source. And then it's like, it's just on you. It's all over you. It's in you and it's on you. Like, what I say is in you and it's on you, it's like it's in you, so it just drips out of you. So even if you not dressed in what they call spiritual clothes and, you know, got all these crystal necklaces and shit on, even if you're not dressed in anything like that, like, they can still see it on you. Your light still shines, like, and it will irritate people's demons, even if you thought they was close to you, with the Three of Cups in reverse. Yep. All right, let's see. That's why the High Priestess is so the High Priestess is the true introvert. A lot of people say they're introverts, but they really don't be introverts. And then when they run across an introvert, now it's a tower. You know what I'm saying? Like, the High Priestess is truly an introvert. They don't care to be seen or heard most times, because it's like a deeper thing inside of them that's guiding them, that's leading them, that's talking to them, that's pulling them. A lot of people are ambiverts. You know? What is this, please? Confirmation. Queen of Wands in the upright position. Yeah. And then that's why I say it's on you too. Because the Queen of Wands is magical too. The Queen of Wands has the ability to be the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. Like, somebody that's spiritually guided, truly spiritually led. But then they can also show up in the world as something that you wouldn't even think that they were like that. But it's something about them. It's always just something about this Queen of Wands that people can't really put their finger on. But with the High Priestess next to it, it's like an otherworldliness. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, like, they know something. What you know? What you do? You be doing something. You be knowing something. Like, that's how this person is being seen. All right. And when you come into this type of power, where that spiritual, ethereal, esoteric knowledge starts to drip all over you with this Queen of Wands, you're going to be a threat even when you're not even trying to be. It might be so deeply embedded in your Akashic records that you don't even recognize it. You just walking around in it. And you come into it, of course, major arcana. But with the Queen of Wands, it's kind of like you just like, you know, being what you feel to be. You will People will feel like you a threat and you not even portraying yourself as one. People will paint you the enemy in their story when you was in high priestess mode, just in your own little world. The high priestess always in their own little world, I imagine. So they go into the mind's eye a lot. They go into the mind's eye a lot. So they possibly seem disinterested in whatever you saying or whatever, and it's not like out of malice. It's just because their crown chakra is so illuminated that they're like tapped into the ethereal realm. Like it's hard to verbalize. You won't know unless you just feel it, and unless it's just like your true energy signature. You know, this can't be copied or duplicated or mimicked. It can't be. It's like an inner thing. It's like an inner knowing, an inner calling, an inner pull, a tug, like you being pulled to the ethers. Even when you just trying to like have a regular ass day. You very rarely have a regular ass day. All right, let's move forward. And that's why with the hangman, you're going to be requiring like a lot of rest, a lot of downtime, so you can come back into your body, so you can come back, you know what I'm saying, into this dimension. All right, let's see, Spirit. Ashe, confirmation, the Hierophant in the upright position. I'm telling you. And you know, I predicted this back in 2018 though. There is still going to be a lot of highly intuitive people that go into hermit mode or go into silence. They're not going to be so excited to utilize their gifts for like petty things or mean-spirited things or contentious spirits or other people's motives. Like with the Hierophant coming out too, with the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. There's going to be like a change in the way that spiritually gifted people speak or showcase their gifts or share their gifts. On the Hierophant here, it's two people at his feet listening to what he's saying. But on the High Priestess, they have the Akashic records sitting on their lap. I feel like somebody is going to only share information with people who are spiritually responsible enough to hold that weight. There's going to be a lot of gatekeeping that comes back into play. Because what happened was with social media and, you know, a lot of people were just putting out knowledge, giving. Gatekeeping is going to come back in. People think you the Queen of Wands, though. Whole time, you the Hierophant and the High Priestess. Let people think, you know, you can always tell how small people think you are. You might just have to let people think you just look like that. And you just keep sacred knowledge to yourself. Or people may look at you and you look a certain way, like, oh, you curvaceous, you pretty, you accentuate your physical beauty. There's no possible way you could have spiritual depth or spiritual knowledge or spiritual gifts. Sometimes people look at you like that too. And that could also be why I was saying earlier that somebody is like not into like just the physical, because there's something spiritual going on with somebody that they only want to connect to. Because the high priestess and the Hierophant can be seen as divine counterparts. Like somebody like, nah, my yoni is only fit for a god, period. And this god is like, my rod is only fit for a goddess. You know, like on that type of time. So you might have a lot of people who just kind of like take you at face value. Your outgoing nature, you being able to, talk to people, work a room, get things together, but they don't know like the spiritual power that's behind you. Because if you look at the Queen of Wands, she's got the High Priestess and the Hierophant behind her to her side. So like somebody don't even know like the magnitude of the spirits and the benevolent spirits, the benevolent ancestors and way showers and guides that walk with you. Somebody they can't even comprehend that. They just looking at you on the physical level with the Queen of Wands. Show me this, please. Yeah, Ten of Swords, and that's why they betray you every time. Every lifetime. Because with the High Priestess, we're dealing with lifetimes, past lives. Every lifetime, this is how people betray you. Because they don't see you in your spiritual, they see you in a physical. So based on what they see you as in the physical is how they treat you. But they don't know your rank in the spirit. And so every time they come back to try to betray you, stop you, slow you down, because it's something in their little weak spirit that do feel like you got some type of power on you. I feel like they're like zombies. They're mindlessly like trying to stop something or end you mindlessly. Like they couldn't, with the Ten of Swords, they can't even think of a logical reason behind it. Not with the Seven of Cups. Show me this, please, Spirit. Yeah. The Strength in reverse with the Seven of Swords. So they have no power. That's why they're gonna always try to betray you. People who don't know their power are gonna always try to betray you. Confirmation, the High Priestess and the Upright. That's why I be telling y'all lately, a lot lately more than ever, to not allow your empathy to outweigh your intuition. Because you could be empathizing with the enemy. You could be sympathizing with the enemy. They could come around you acting like they heartbroken and they mad. And the whole reason they mad is because they haven't defeated you yet. So tighten up. Because there's some type of mole. There's a Judas around you. We have the Seven of Swords twice. With the Strength card in reverse, it's like somebody not even strong enough to be around you. And that's not even on no gas you up shit. That's like life or death type shit. When you around weak spirits, you can't put nothing past them. And you have to understand, with the High Priestess coming out here twice in the upright position, when people are weak, they looking for energy. And you just might look like the energy source for these weak spirits. People with backdoor ass intentions. Impure intentions with the Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Devil. Mm-mm. And with the high priestess and the upright twice, it's like, it's annoying. It's annoying to you that you even have to be like that, think like that, move like that. It's annoying to you with the Ten of Swords. I get it. It's annoying, but those were the same. That type of mindset is what allowed you to be destroyed in your past lives. If the allegory of Jesus is true, I bet you he would have cut Judas off right when he got that premonition, that prophecy, that intuitive nudge. He would have cut him off at that moment if he didn't have some type of compassion or empathy or sympathy or love for him. So you want to talk about Christ consciousness with the Hierophant. This time, don't give Judas a chance to set you up. How about that? And I know that's going to ruffle a lot of feathers, but I say that extremely respectfully. You know, a lot of religious people talk about, oh, beating the devil and this and this and that. Well, what the fuck you think was up in Judas that made him want to do that? The devil then, right? If we looking for something to blame, it was the devil in his ass that made him act like that. If you think of it in modern times, your homie out here making magic and shit, feeding people with fish and wine and shit, turning water into wine, everybody kicking it, he being celebrated. He like, I'm chosen, I'm God's people and shit. God, my daddy, like I got all power and I'm showing it. Like, come on. There's always gonna be that one little hater in the crowd. Even on the Six of Wands that y'all had twice in the upright, it was a gang of people cheering somebody on, but it was that one person with that scowl on their face that I be seeing when people be watching me on live. Somebody always got this scowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't let your intuition, don't let your intuition be outweighed by your empathy. You know what I'm saying? And then if you, because you know a lot of religious people be coming on here, and I don't like to debate because I will crush you. Just letting you know right now, I've calmed down a lot, but I'm gonna tell you right now, all that love and light shit ain't the way. All the time. Sometimes you gotta get a motherfucker up out of there. You gotta get the mole up out of your camp. You gotta get the rat up out of your camp. You have to. And if you feel like Jesus died for our sins, then your ass should be avenging his fucking death and knocking these Judases out the park before they get a chance to kill y'all being able to open up and live like that and love like that and be on God's team and shit. There's a such thing called righteous anger. And I feel like social media spirituality got y'all feeling like y'all not supposed to have no righteous anger. Y'all not supposed to look at things in the terms of spiritual warfare. We are fucking in spiritual warfare. Why do you think it's so many tarot readers and practitioners, aside from the money grab, why do you think so many people are led to like give the tough messages, say the things that need to be said? You know what I'm saying? It's because we in spiritual warfare. You know, you don't gotta even take my word for it. Watch the news for 3 hours. I guarantee you be ready to turn that shit off 30 minutes after you started. Not even that, 5 minutes in. Like, there are ungodly beings that walk amongst us. And they're trying to perpetuate this destructive ass energy. keep us at odds with each other, keep us destroying each other, keep us fighting over the proverbial piece of the pie, and fighting over a man, fighting over a woman, fighting over fucking internet attention and stupid shit. Like, it's so much deeper than what y'all have been led to see or believe. We are in the age of Aquarius. It's no more believing. It's no more be lie. It's knowing now. We have to know some shit now. And if you are afraid to correct yourself or be corrected or get positive, constructive criticism from others, then I don't know what to tell you. There's so many truth speakers right now. You just gotta like know how to sift through the good and the bad and take what resonates. And sometimes shit ain't gonna resonate today, but that shit might resonate 6 months, years later. Some shit may resonate. You be like, damn. So, you know, sometimes you gotta learn how to, like, with the high priestess up here twice, you gotta learn how to, like, take shit that resonates now and don't put any negative energy on the things that don't resonate. Because it might resonate at one point. And then you don't want to be seeing yourself looking like some type of hypocrite or a naysayer. So it's always a good spiritual practice to, like, not disrespect things that you don't understand. And not disrespect things that don't resonate with you. And just take the things that do. Because maybe those things, that knowledge, those lessons, they might circle back around. And then you be like, damn, I'm glad, you know. And the only way that happens is through experience. You know, and healing and shit like that. That's why we talk about healing a lot. All right, let's see, gang. So, you know, it's just a lot of stuff going on right now. And you just gotta stay out the way of the bullshit. If you can, and you gonna foresee things. Everybody got some type of gift. I like to think, you know what I'm saying? Hone into the ones that are powerful for you, and don't compare your gifts with anybody else's, and feel like yours isn't valid because somebody else has theirs, and all. That's too much negative energy being put in your air. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see, Spirit. You guys got magic coming out with candles. So some of you guys may do a lot of candle magic, or you may need to get something done. But I told you guys earlier, it's a very magical time for some of you guys. So don't be afraid to dream big. Put your manifestations out there. A lot of people utilize candles and magic because it's one of, not the, but it's one of the fastest ways to get things out into the ethers, to get things done. Fire magic is very powerful and it's very effective too. So that may be important for somebody. Let me see here. This card says, this is a magical time for you. Period. Confirmation, Spirit. Your manifestation abilities are strong. Keep your thoughts and focus positive. Use candles at home, at bath time, and in sacred ceremony. Study candle colors for healing and magical purposes. Keep shining brightly. Period. So, I don't even got to reiterate. Get it popping. Yes, Lily Cat. Yes. All right, let's see. All right, you guys got Book of Shadows, Secret. So if you are doing some magical work, if you are doing any type of spiritual practices right now, keep it to yourself, okay? You know, because somebody might, with that Seven of Swords too, somebody want to know your secret. Somebody want to know how you do something, how you make something happen. Somebody want to know, like, your secret sauce, like, why everything you touch turns to gold. Why are you so magical? And why they're not. Like, somebody want to know your secrets. With the Book of Shadows, somebody want to know your deep, darkest secrets. If you have, like, a grimoire or some shit like that, keep all those things in sacred spaces where anybody that come over and call themselves looking around, you know, if you have people in your house, that they can't find things. Like, somebody, I feel like I said, somebody is, like, looking for something on you, looking for, like, some type of mistake, looking for something that is not their business, something that's hidden. Somebody wants to see that. Okay. Let's read this. This card says, play your cards close to your chest. Someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. Be a trustworthy friend. Document your ideas, spells, and recipes in your Book of Shadows. Trust in it. Yeah, I was feeling that for y'all earlier. It says someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. That's that person that, like, want to mimic your energy signature, but they can't. And since they can't and things aren't panning out the way they want to, they want to know, like, what's your secret? Like, how they want to copy your energy signature, but learn how you work your energy signature. They want to know your penmanship. They want to see your signature so they can, like, somebody might be trying to forge somebody's signature too. Be mindful of that. If there's a death happening or that's happened in your family, somebody forged some type of signature. But anyway, when it comes to terms of your energy signature, somebody wants to, like, copy all your aesthetic, but then they want to, like, learn how you write your name so they can write your name just like you. Like, I'm not even going to talk about the certain spells, but, you know, somebody wants to, like, know what makes you you so that they can, like, be a better you than you. They want to know what your 11 herbs and spices are so they can make their chicken taste just like yours. But the secret may be to how you fry it, how many times you turn it, what you drain it on. Like, but somebody want to know, like, your secret so that they can be like, it's mine. It says be a trustworthy friend. Yeah, be a trustworthy friend, but don't be a trustworthy friend to motherfuckers you can't trust. That's where the problem happens. You be trying to show people you loyal to them whole time you can't even trust them. So stop being loyal to people you can't even trust. It says document your ideas, spells, and recipes in your Book of Shadows. Trust in it. Yeah. So, like I said, if you got a grimoire or something like that where you keep certain spells and certain rituals and things like that nature in, keep that tucked away because it says play your cards close to your chest. Don't overshare with people. No is an answer without an explanation. Yes is an answer without an explanation. Like, this is not the time for you to be offering up extra information. Did you eat soup today? No. Not, no, I didn't eat soup today. I ate rice. Like, no. Okay? Don't do that. Don't offer up any extra information. Did you go to the grocery store today? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a time for you to keep things secret, keep things private. And the High Priestess came out twice, as the Hierophant came out too. So this is definitely on some spiritual shit. Like, this is not a time to be telling everybody how and what time and what exact, you know, everything on a need to know basis. And nobody don't really need to know shit. Okay? With the secret in the Book of Shadows, keep a lot of things to yourself. And what that's going to show you too, when you start to keep a lot of things to yourself, I'm picking up 12th house energy on this card. When you start to like not be so vocal about what you're doing with the secret energy, if you are less accessible, that's going to show you like who your hidden enemies is. The 12th house represents hidden enemies. Okay? So with the Book of Shadows, that's definitely like some hidden shit. So keep a lot of things secret. You're going to see how people feel about you when you're not telling them all your business. Or when you're not letting them tell you all of theirs. Bottom of the deck here is the Witch, Healer in the upright position. So a lot of you guys may consider yourself witches, practitioners, healers, you know. It all falls under the same umbrella, you know. But somebody is more of a healer than they are someone who would practice baneful magic on someone. This is somebody, if they are practicing some type of baneful magic, is to heal somebody that was being destroyed by a certain baneful practice or some shit like that. But in some ancient texts, witch just means wise woman. So somebody could be, everything could fall under that, you know? Healer, herbalist, people who got the power of like touching somebody and they heal, the power of speech, speaking life over people, like, or just making shit appear out of nowhere, like making things heal and happen out of nothing. You know, these are all things that was considered like witchcraft, aside from the baneful parts of witchcraft. So, but with the healer energy here, it's like somebody knows how to heal even through like the darkness. They know how to heal things that have been plaguing someone with the healer energy. All right, let's see here. Okay, this card says, you are a natural healer. You have a natural affinity with plants and herbs. Study to qualify as a herbal practitioner. Use complementary medicine and aromatherapy to heal. You benefit from healing energies of nature. Honor its rhythms and cycles. Yeah, so some of you guys are just a natural healer. And that's a beautiful gift to have, because just like your presence will be healing. Like, people will benefit just from being physically around you, or talking to you, or any kind of way that they exchange or, you know, intertwine their energies with yours. When you are a natural healer and you're not trying to force it, like, you won't even understand why you attract a lot of wounded people. Because it's something with this light shining through here in the forest, on this darkness, and the crow here, or the raven, and the stars. It's like something about you. Like, this is also too an energy of somebody who's been harshly misjudged. Whole time they have healing energy. Because, you know, being called a witch, in quotation marks, could have been, back in certain times, considered an insult. Whole time this is somebody that was a healer, that just had the power of healing and utilizing what God gave us, herbs and tinctures and potions and shit. That's all medicine is until they got pharmaceuticalized. You know what I'm saying? So somebody just a natural healer. Like, people just feel good being around you. When people get off the phone with you, they probably say shit like, oh my God, I feel so much better now that I talk to you. When people leave your presence, they probably feel like, dang, I don't even want to leave because it feels so good around you. Now that's cool, but that's also a place where you need to hold boundaries at. Because just because people feel good around you don't mean you safe around them. And don't mean they won't take more than they gonna put in. And don't mean they ain't gonna abuse the healer. A lot of people abuse the healer. Especially if they operate from a scarcity mindset where it's like, I gotta like get all I can up out of you before I leave or hang up with you because I'm not gonna feel good after this. So you gotta be careful with that. You know? It's fine to have a healing energy, but that don't mean it's a free-for-all. You know? Because people will dump their pain onto you as the healer, and then when they walk away, they're gonna look at you as the problem because it could be some type of embarrassment that they were that vulnerable that you could see their pain. It's a double-edged sword when you just naturally born with a healing gift. All right, let's move forward. Because when you have that type of natural, when you are a born healer, if something don't feel right to you, then you remove your energy from it. It's like a void that's put into someone. And they'll fight you for your own healing energy. They'll fight you for your energy. They'll persecute you for your energy. And it belongs to you, not them. You were just around. You were just loaning it out to them for that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to be mindful of that. Because some people, if they have a savior complex, they'll want to be that energy for everybody. And they'll use that shit for the wrong reasons. But somebody who's a natural born healer, they're going to like have limitations and boundaries on that type of energy. Because people will be mad when you use your natural healing abilities for yourself. Because if you're using it for yourself, it's not accessible to them. All right, let's see. And those are sociopaths and narcissists, by the way. All right, you guys got number 11, changed in the night. So maybe as you step into your autonomy and you move into this spiritual evolution that you're going through, you will have people who feel like, oh, you all of a sudden you different, all of a sudden you changed overnight. I don't feel like that's true. I feel like sometimes people just don't pay attention to your layers. We talked about that with the Queen of Wands. People only seeing you surface level, or only seeing, say you braid hair, so they only like you because you braid hair. But when you're not braiding hair, you ice skating. You're doing something different. And then what if you get signed ice skating? I don't even know if you can get signed being an ice skater, but we're going to go with it. You get signed as an ice skater, and now you can't do braid hair no more. The people who were benefiting from you not putting your passion into ice skating, if they not on the level, they're going to be mad at you because now you're not available to braid their hair like you once were. So whatever healing ability you have, once you start to utilize it for yourself, it's going to be less accessible to others. And that's when you're going to see people's true colors. And that's when people are going to say you changed. But the whole time they didn't know, like, yo, I don't just braid hair. I like to do other shit too. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't change. They just weren't paying attention. All right? All right, let's read this. Because sometimes people gonna keep you in their life only for the things you do that make them feel good. Only for the things that you do that make them feel good about you doing anything. And once they're not benefiting from your energy, that's when they're gonna say you changed. And they'll hit you with the, oh, I didn't know you like ice skating. Ever since you've been ice skating, you don't come around no more. You don't talk to people no more. You be like, bitch, I've been ice skating the whole time I knew you. You just never paid attention to when I told you, let's turn on the Olympics. I want to see the ice skating. Or me having whole ice skates in my back seat when you were sitting back there. It'd be shit like that. You know, because motherfuckers got, like, they're one-minded sometimes. They only see the things you do that benefits them as value. All right. It says sudden unexpected change, a shock, unexpected news, adjusting to a new situation, finding out more about who you are, inexperience and uncertainty, an identity crisis due to changed circumstances. So like even you are having like an identity crisis because like you're like maybe you're in this position where you're like, man, I've been doing this the whole time, but I love doing this too. Like you could have kept yourself in some position because you didn't want to ruffle any feathers about changing the rhythm of changing or something. But now you're gonna be stepping into this change and you're gonna be like, damn, what took me so long to do this? You know? So there are ways that you have changed. But I feel like you changing for yourself. And other people are taking it as a sudden, unexpected change and shock. But if they had been paying attention, they wouldn't even feel like that. Sometimes people do not pay attention to you. It says unexpected news. Sometimes people do not pay attention to you no matter how many times you repeat yourself, no matter how many times you say a boundary, set a tone. Some people don't hear that. Some people literally be like having a finger in their ears like la 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 la. Talking to some people is like talking to a brick wall. Even if you could be subtly and gradually preparing people for how you're changing and they still won't be paying attention. Nonetheless, it will seem as though you've changed overnight or things have changed overnight, but it doesn't have to be bad. You know what I'm saying? All right. It says use your time well, but it came up in reverse. So that's going back to that Queen of Swords in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody that's not utilizing their time well. This card is number 24, which breaks down to the 6. So it's something somebody needs to be physically doing. And they're not doing it. Somebody doesn't manage their time well at all. And then they could, with the clock upside down, they could look at other people who are managing their time well and be like, why are you doing that with your time? And it's like, cause this is what I need to be doing. 24, breaking down to the 6. So you could have people in your life who feel like you're not utilizing your time well because you're not giving it to them. But the time that you do have, you have to use it well, right? This card says, in reverse, being available to one and all, exhausting yourself by answering questions that are not asked with the right intentions, squandering your precious time, lack of appreciation for your time, being prepared to martyr yourself to help others, feeling helpless like the victim of time, spending time on unsolvable problems, having little impact due to your time being wasted, feeling pointlessly harassed. Yeah, so you got people who feel like you supposed to like account for your time that you haven't used or wasted on them. Or people who feel like, well, what are you doing when you not around me? wasting time with me. You may have like friends in your life who don't know how to like do nothing alone. They don't know, like they don't value your time. They feel like your time is like up for grabs. It says being available to one and all, exhausting yourself by answering questions that are not asked with the right intention. So this is somebody that just wants you to like waste time. These are people who just want you to put your time and energy in spaces that's not feeding you or pouring back into you. It says lack of appreciation for your time. Yeah, so people feel like your time is not important. They don't have to pay you for your time. They don't have to respect your time. They don't have to respect what you're doing with your time. Like, they don't have a concept of other people's time and energy. Squandering your precious time. So these are people who feel like, oh, they only worth this. So I ain't even gonna really put too much energy into whatever time they need, you know, or whatever. Like some people just kind of like short changes what you do with your time and energy. Somebody has a wrong perception of what your time and energy consists of. It says being prepared to martyr yourself to help others. So this is like you got a deadline to meet, but you don't want to disappoint other people, so you're going to miss your deadline so you can show up for somebody who's squandering your time or who doesn't appreciate your time. Feeling helpless like the victim of time. And these are people who are going to like rush you. They're going to try to blowtorch you to meet some unreasonable deadline that they have, but with the clock in reverse, there's not even no deadline really. These are just people who want you to be reactive. Feeling like you don't have enough time. Like, oh, if I don't hurry up and say this, hurry up and do that, then, you know, like, no, you're not a victim of time. Be on divine timing. And anybody who's not on divine timing, they're just not going to be on your timeline. Spending time on unsolvable problems. So this is you could have somebody who's like an ask hole. They just waste your time asking you questions and you give solutions and they deny the solution. Stop spending your time on shit that don't need to be solved or that will never be solved. Everybody got their own internal clock, their own internal alarm clock. So somebody else's urgency ain't gonna be yours. And if they waste their time, they can't come and rush you, your internal clock, just because they're running out of time. Because then you will feel like a victim to time. It says having little impact due to your time being wasted, feeling pointlessly harassed. So where it says having little impact due to your time being wasted, this is like something somebody can act like it's an emergency, but it's not an emergency. They just want your attention. This is somebody who acts like there's going to be some beneficial result to something and you show up and there's nothing there. Feeling pointlessly harassed. This is someone who will fucking pointlessly harass you into something based on some unsuccessful planning or mindset that they have around their time and other people's time or whatever it is. All right. Your last card is number 37, which breaks down to the 10: nature, communication, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. Okay, so now is the time you might be feeling messages from all around you. You might even be seeing a lot of synchronicities. Definitely a time to get out into nature. It says you are being asked not to make assumptions. Assumptions makes an ass out of everybody, okay? Because assumptions are based on fears or lack of knowledge or lack of critical thinking or lack of understanding. So if you, some people speak in assumptions. They talk to you with the assumption on their first breath. Okay? It says, be open to possibilities that seem to be outside rational expectation. Attempts to communicate with beings from other realms within nature, spiritual planes, or even just humans is thought there is no chance of speaking to or being understood by. Be open and express the desire for communication. Be more lateral and less literal about the ways communication can take place. Being worth communicating with, this will go far. So if you speak to people in an accusatory nature, or like you judge, jury, like some people talk at you, and I say this a lot because I hate. I try to I try my hardest to avoid communication with people who talk at me instead of communicating with me. When people communicate with you, they give you a chance to respond to their first question before they berate you or like bombard you rather with all these accusations and assumptions. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. How are you? I'm doing fine too. Hey, do you have space to talk about this? Do you have space to for me to say what I'm feeling? That's communication. Some people don't give you a chance to do that. They just like bombard you with assumptions. Okay? And it says you're being asked not to make assumptions. Be open to possibilities that seem to be outside rational expectation or explanation. No, expectation. So sometimes when people speak to you in an accusatory or assumption nature, it's like based on expectations that they had, but it's not clear communication. It's more so like, I expect you to be this way, so I'm talking to you how I expect you to be. So that's when people talk at you. They don't leave room for a question and a response, and then a response that is warranted by, like it's just muddled. So this is a time to make sure, like, if I talk to somebody, I'm out. The first thing I ask people is like, "Hey, how you doing?" Because I want to gauge if they even have the wherewithal to be in the type of communication that I want to have. That's just how I was raised, though. Everybody wasn't raised like that. Some people were raised like, hurry up and get your point across before anybody can say something. That's more networking. That's like pitching. But when you talking to people and you're communicating, it's more of a flow, you know? It's not hope all is well. Why you didn't, or, it's more of a like, hey, how are you? You're gauging people. That's also an extension of compassion with the flower energies. Okay? And we talked about the spirit guides and the benevolent ancestors speaking to your dreams and other realms and stuff. So make sure, if you have a lot of interference in your sleep, make sure before you go to bed at night, you're doing the necessary affirmations and putting certain things in place to where you're only open to benevolent spirits coming to you in your dream space, okay? Or otherworldly beings that serve your highest purpose to communicate with you so that you can automatically cut out the trickster spirits. It says be more lateral and less literal about the ways communication can take place. So being more lateral instead of literal, like some people are so literal to where you can't even mispronounce a word around them. even if they know what you're saying, they have to always like point out the default in the communication, even though the message has been drive home. You know what I'm saying? Some people need to be more lateral to where they're like open to different expressions of how communication can take place instead of trying to control the way it is with the literal aspect. You know, that literal energy is like dissecting every little thing that someone says and making something out of it with the assumption energy, and that's not even there. But all right, guys, that was your collective tarot reading. We got to get out of here. We've been long-winded. Shout out again to all my moderators, my magical members, everybody in the chat. Thanks for liking the video. Everything you need from me will be in the description box below. How to book a personal reading or purchase anything from my websites. All those links will be below. My email, my social media handles. All right, gang. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other if you can. Sending you love, peace, and balance.